WSAY was unique. It was my first radio job at a station that defies any description you try and give it. The station had a killer 5,000-watt signal at 1370 on the AM dial, which, as it worked out, could be heard equally well at both 1360 and 1380 in most of western New York. The equipment in the control room was not just bare bones. It lacked the sophistication of audio gear found in the average fifth grader's bedroom, which I guess wouldn't be so surprising in our techno age. But I'm referring to the average fifth grader's bedroom in 1958. Aired between the hits of the Big Bopper and Paul Anka on a nightly show called Melody Corner was the Family Rosary Hour, done in half an hour. One night, Father Ciancioni must have misplaced a beat on the rosary when he exclaimed, "Holy Mary, full of grace, blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of the womb, Jesus." But WSAY guffaws went far beyond the Rosary Hour. Every Thursday night at 10:30, also ensconced between the top hits of 1958, was a half-hour program called German Melodies with host Fred Wigg. Now, Fred brought his own music in and pretended to be coming to you live from one of those little cafes in assorted German towns. One Thursday in April, it was raining. In fact, it was a torrential thunderstorm. WSAY's studio was in an upstairs kitchen above the transmitter. The kitchen window was about 4 feet from the microphone, as were the transmission cables on the other side from the towers to the transmitter below. A recipe for disaster. As Fred romanced the little cafe in Stuttgart, or wherever it was, where the little people like to do their little dances, kaboom! The thunderclaps were pushing the VU meter needle into the red. The sparks and mini lightning zaps arced across the kitchen and back of Fred, who remained unfazed, still enjoying his imagined cafe environment. Those of us in the control room, the dining room, were on the way to uncontrolled hysteria. Then, with a monumental boom and a magnificent blue and white zap to the kitchen sink, we were off the air. I flung open the studio door and shouted, "God, Fred, what a boop-boop storm!" Fred's face turned the color of the VU meter in the area where the needle had resided. He didn't know we were off the air. Fred of the station returned a couple of times in the following few minutes, only to be knocked off the air again and again. When we finally did come on for real, Fred signaled angrily to the engineer to just play the damn record. So the engineer quickly queued up the LP on the Rondine Jr. turntable and proceeded to play Vera Lynn at 78 RPM.